Casino Gangster is all over my last two podcasts. He wants to talk 5G. He wants to talk the new street lights. He wants to talk about the stuff people voluntarily injected into their veins over the last couple of years. Casino, you need to learn patience, my friend, because I'm just not ready to go there yet. GulfAlphaBravo.com is an interesting platform. It really is. It's a marketplace of ideas, if you will. And if you embrace diversity, and who doesn't, hint, hint, wink, wink, the Gulf Alpha Bravo is your place to be, the platform. Every race, religion, and idea topic is pretty much represented on Gulf Alpha Bravo. Let me quickly review who, what topics I usually respond and comment on. Obviously, Murray bashing. I love it. Then the QAnon Trumpers, as in Donald Trump, who I think some people really believe this guy walks on water. Now let me digress here for a moment. Yes, I'm hard on Trump, but I'm hard on all politicians, and I know this pisses some people off, but I'm going to say it anyway. There isn't a dime's worth of difference between Republicans and demon rats. People, look at the evidence. Traitors on both sides working hand in hand, patting each other on the back. They're all lying, self-serving bullshitters, in my humble opinion. And that's the only kind of opinion I can have, because I'm a humble messenger. Now, having said that, Trump did not only make, but he did keep his promise to veterans that he would clean up the VA, the Veterans Administration, world's largest healthcare provider, and that's not all the VA does. I've dealt with the VA since discharge from Navy back in 1977. It was pretty bad, people. From college funding to medical services, the average VA employee was a badass strap dodger with a serious attitude and a power trip. I could tell you horror stories, but no, I'll suffer in silence. However, in my many dealings with the VA over the last several months, I am absolutely amazed. I'm gobstoppered at how that once bloated bureaucracy has been reformed. It's remarkable, and I am, like I said, speechless. I was just talking to a fellow vet friend of mine yesterday at the bottom feeder pit who told the VA to fuck up a number of years ago. I told him you might want to reconsider, for truly the VA has gone through dramatic changes. I simply must give Trump credit for that. But I did digress. Okay, now along with the QAnon Trumpers, I battled the Globetards and the Christianity is White genocide kooks. We talked about them before. Well, what do you know? A new group has surfaced on Gulf Alpha Bravo. And I'm going to talk about them because I'm just getting started on Tuesday the 13th of December, 2022. Pagans. That's the new group. And what are pagans? Well, obviously, pagans are people that believe in paganism. Polytheistic religious groups in pre-Christian Roman territories or modern religious movements. Yeah, the multi-god peoples. The Norse gods, the Roman and Greek gods. Polytheistic. But did you catch that? Modern religious movements. Yep. People, scriptures are truly under attack. I just told you the other day, worldwide, the majority reject creationism, biblical creationism, reject evolution, and have opted in and support spacemen gods, panspermia, ancient aliens. So, how did I stumble on the pagans? Well, a large article, a large article appeared on my timeline detailing the number of scientific impossibilities the state church fairy tale Noah's Ark entails. And I will admit, Houston, they have a problem, for the state churches will not be able to defend against the pagans' claims and charges, and they are many. They are numerous. They did a real good job attacking it. Right off the get-go, we have the same problem here in Genesis 6 with Noah as we did with Genesis 2, Adam and Eve. Remember that? Adam and Eve being the mother and father of all men? And what's that problem? Just a reminder. Racial diversity. If Adam and Eve were black, as the new Black Hebrews Roots movement people claim, how did you get whites, Asians, India, Pakistanis, Arabs, on and on? Get it, people. Where do you get them? From Genesis 7, verse 13, we learn the only people on board Noah's Ark were Noah, his wife, Noah's 3 sons, and their wives. Somebody is trying to get all the races represented here, and it simply isn't possible. It ain't gonna work. No better than it worked back in Genesis 1 and 2. To complicate the state church's fairy tale, how they teach Noah's Ark, let's quickly look at Genesis 6:4. Come on, people, I said quickly. I mean quickly, I'm not messing around here. Alright, Genesis 6:4. The Nephilim, that's the giants, people, were on the earth in those days, and also after that. Yeah, okay, what's the takeaway there, people? The days we're talking about here, what days? The days before Noah and the flood, and also after that. That means the corrupted DNA from the mixing of fallen angels with the daughters of men had to travel on Noah's Ark courtesy of one of the passengers. Does it not mean that? It has to mean that. If the flood was worldwide and wiped out every living thing, including the giants, where did the DNA come from, people? We can certainly eliminate Noah because Genesis tells us he was perfect in his generations. Now that means his DNA had not been corrupted. Well, that leaves Noah's wife, one of his 3 sons, or one of his 3 sons' wives. Does it not? I mean, work with me. In fact, there's no reason to believe that maybe more than one of the people were corrupted. And how does DNA corruption occur? You got it. Somebody or somebodies were doing the dirty one, the boinking with the fallen angels up their family tree. Now, if you think I'm getting this wrong, you need to tell me. You need to correct me, people. So, now let's look at the miserable corner the state churches have painted themselves into. Now, is this important? Didn't I just say the other day how we don't need the book of Revelation? Just read Matthew chapter 24. Well, let's look at Matthew. One more verse. Not going to kill you. All right, here we go. Let me bring it up. Matthew 24. Let's go down to verse 37. As were the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. All right, people. I'd say it's important. Hell yeah. If you don't know what was happening in the days of Noah back in Genesis 6 and 7, you will be clueless when the Son of Man returns. Now, do you think the state exempts their churches from taxes to keep the people clueless? I most certainly do. And if the pagans want to use state church-taught fairy tales like Adam and Eve, like Noah's Ark, then so-called Christians are going to have some serious problems separating the facts from the fictions if they too believe the state-taught fairy tales. That just makes common sense, does it not? I mean, work with me. But not me. Not your humble, most flexible and fluid messenger on the wall. The pagans tell a pretty good story, and I certainly don't or can't blame them for attacking Churchanity's bullshit. But is that really what scriptures really teach about Noah and the Ark? I said the other day, Genesis is just a bird's eye view of creation, and a lot of other things, obviously, as you progress through the chapters. To flesh out Genesis, you need the book of Jubilees. But someone or somebody's decided a long time ago to keep that book, also written by Moses, out of our modern English translated Bibles. God damn, I wonder why. You also need 1st Enoch. But again, somebody or somebody's decided we don't need that book either in our modern Bibles. Now, you remember yesterday's podcast? Best information. And in this case, you don't even have the complete information. You don't have all the facts to properly understand Noah's Ark. And that isn't by accident, people. That truly is by design. I shit you not. I wouldn't lie to you. Okay, let me start running out of time. Oh, God damn it. Okay, now you see how the state churches get their tits caught in the ringer? See how that empowers the pagans to attack and weaken the faith of good people? Because I'm going to tell you something. If we don't have faith, people, if we lose our faith, we are going to be most screwed. And you see how this all ties neatly together? Verse upon verse, podcast upon podcast. Pretty cool, huh? Everything's related, people. So, Dave, you're running along here. Are you going to tell us the real story? What the Bible really teaches about Noah and his ark? Yeah, maybe I will, and maybe I won't. For you see, if I were to do that, I would have to force my religious views on you guys, and I'm just too nice of a guy to do something like that. Also, here's where I tell you, I got stuff to do.